Hello, this is Darkstalker005 here, on what is officially my first video. I'm certainly excited to be here, and I sure hope you are too. This video, I will be talking about my Wings of Fire original character, Nightshade. I've had Nightshade for a while now, and he has gone through roughly 6 iterations. I'm always open to feedback, and any suggestions in the comments are appreciated. Just as a note, Nightshade's backstory is integrated into the series. So, let's get to it. Remember how Clearsight put Darkstalker to sleep with the Animus Touch bracelet? Shortly after that happened, she decided to travel to the Lost Continent, also known as Pantala, a land she had learned of while exploring the various futures. Supposedly she had traveled there for solely exploratory reasons, or as uncovered in the most recent book, to warn them of an oncoming storm. Instead, she went to lay eggs without prying eyes from Pyria. The hatchling, one of 2 born of Darkstalker, was named Shadowseeker. He inherited his father's animus powers and almost exactly looked like him, but did not hatch under any moons and thus lacked the ability to read the futures. He had a sister named Soulwalker, who also shared his magical abilities. Shadowseeker and Soulwalker felt like complete strangers in Pantala, being surrounded by dragons that looked nothing like them. Shadowseeker yearned to travel to Pyria and to find somebody more like him. Clearsight was reluctant to let them go, as Shadowseeker could be mistaken for his father, which would not be good for his health considering what Darkstalker had done not too long ago to a particular Icewing prince. She managed to hold him back until he reached an age of 8, but knew that she couldn't keep them in Pantala forever. Shadowseeker and Soulwalker said their final goodbyes, unknowing of the fact that they would never see their mother again. The journey across the Great Ocean was long and hard, but they had the upper hand, guided by the maps Clearsight had made on her passage. All the islands were marked for them, and the duo took advantage of each. When they finally made landfall, Shadowseeker and Soulwalker found themselves amid the abandoned city of the Nightwings. The thing is, neither of them knew where the Nightwings had left to. Clearsight had not left them any information on the subject. Luckily, the exodus had happened relatively recently, and the 2 came across the travel plans, left on a dusty table within the main palace. The Nightwings had taken a course almost directly to their new home to the north, curving to avoid entering the Ice Kingdom. Soulwalker wanted to get to the Nightwings as soon as possible and compelled Shadowseeker to cut through the Ice Kingdom. The journey across the Kingdom of Sand was even harder than the one across the ocean. Neither of the 2 had experience with hunting in the vast sands, and barely brought enough food for the trip. Surely the Nightwings that had made the trip before them had it hard too, but they pushed on, and soon enough, they were at the border of the Ice Kingdom. Black sails don't make for good camouflage against white ice. Not before long were the 2 travelers spotted by a patrolling trio of Icewings. The group moved forward to interrogate the trespassers, but attacked the 2 once they got a look at Shadowseeker's face. He yelled for Soulwalker to fly to break for the new Nightwing Kingdom. She complied, and Shadowseeker never saw her again. The Icewings immediately took her to the Ice Palace, and he could tell that the Queen was not happy the moment they arrived. Before he could react or explain himself, Queen Diamond ordered a necklace band on him, enchanted to nullify his powerful magic. He was dragged down to the ice caves below and locked in ice alongside Foeslayer. As expected, Queen Diamond put off a few days of royal work to, kill Shadowseeker a couple dozen times. But of course, royal business is kind of important, so she had to break off from her fun. Many hundreds of years later, 2 Icewing royals were sent to the caves for the diamond trials. I know what you're thinking. Oh, it's winter and hailstorm, isn't it? Well, there's a reason why Shadowseeker wasn't there for the 2 to confront. In fact, the 2 were named Gale and Polar. I know, very uncreative. So the 2 princes came across the main cave, and first set eyes upon Shadowseeker. The moment he was released from the ice, he stepped back in surprise. This was in fact the first time he was the one selected during the trials. At this point, he was kind of tired of the whole trapped in ice to die over and over again thing, and noticing the uncertain looks on the princes' faces, went on to tell the whole story of their mistake, hoping for a chance to escape. Lucky for them, Gale and Polar were understanding and eventually figured out how to get him out of the enchantment. Quickly thanking the 2, Shadowseeker flew as far away as he could, hoping never to see another Icewing royal again. Shadowseeker made a dash for the rainforest, knowing of tales of pacifist dragons that would hopefully let him in. He stayed there for a good month until he realized that if anyone from another tribe saw him, then he'd probably be captured and imprisoned again. He went west until he came to the edge of the mountains near a large river. He decided that this would be his hideout. He used his magic to carve out a home for himself in the rock. That wasn't good enough for him. He wanted to be out in the world, not a recluse. Luckily for him, he was an animist. Shao took the chameleon approach to the issue. He used a silver amethyst necklace, making himself an alliance named Nightshade, a Nightwing-Rainwing hybrid. Nightshade almost looked exactly like your average Nightwing, except for having purple wing flaps, spines, eyes, and underbelly, as you can half see here. Now that was settled, Nightshade had to deal with the fact that he had jumped forward roughly 2,000 years in time. He had missed out on so much history, and really needed a recap. Nightshade built a library into his mountain home and stocked it with books on history in the current war. Nightshade spent a good long year in his home and around the area, learning about what happened over the course of time. When the war finally came to a close, Nightshade went to Jade Mountain Academy and started off as an older student, being 10. He spent his free time checking with Starflight and traveling the continent. He hopes to one day visit Pentala again and learn of what happened to his mother. Well, thanks for sitting through my unfortunately long and most likely boring video. Like I said earlier, I will always have an ear open for suggestions, whether they're about my original character, my channel, or anything else. Feel free to put anything that comes to mind in the comments section. Well, that's all I have to say. Peace out.